Hey guys, so it's your girl Ashley and I'm back with another video, and today is Hot Topic 30, and today's topic is being fat or being called fat. Plus size, being fat, obese, sloppy, those are the words that people call, people that are fat, that are against. I am considered plus size, I am considered to be obese, and their eyes. I'm also considered to be unhealthy. It's a little difficult. It has its ups and downs. I know when I was growing up, I always was big. I was tall and big. That was just the reality of it. I always got called fat, big, big bone. That's another word. It played a toll on me up until a certain point in my life. And I got over it. I started to embrace who I am and love who I am. But do you face insecurities? Absolutely. When you're being called those names and you look at yourself like, what's wrong with me? What can I do? And I went to the doctor. And my doctor told my mother that I was obese. I was fat. I needed to lose weight. She told my mom that I needed to lose 10 pounds. Mind you, I was taller than an average. I think I was about 10 or 11. I was, as they say, an average 11, 10-year-old. Like, I was really tall. Things for me. So my mom cut back. So I did lose the 10 pounds. But it didn't stop the journey of when I got older, if I was going to be basically obese. Basically, I'm still to this day obese. I've been, the only time in my life that I was not considered to be obese, or I was in my teenager years when I was about between 13 and 20. My environment played a big part into my weight gain. It was really hard for me to, as I got older, to maintain and keep my weight to the ideal weight that, I was supposed to be. The smallest I ever been was 63 pounds. That was the smallest I ever been. I don't ever see myself ever being that small ever again. Yeah, social media is like a death setup. Like, you, especially if that person is not strong-willed inside and they're not really secure with themselves, even if they're skinny or fat, insecurities play a big factor in people that are categorized fat, obese. And you just have to really like self-reflect. And I did a video on my weight loss journey talking about, the journey of me, losing weight and trying to maintain my weight and stay healthy. Yes, I'm still on that journey to this day, and it's very hard. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, every day I just want to go out there and run and take the... No, it's not always that easy. And it's not because I don't want to do it. It's because it's a lot of work on top of the other things that go on. And, you have to look at your whole lifestyle. Weight loss is not just weight loss. It's a lifestyle. You have to take everything in consideration about, what's going on in your life at that moment. I'm a big believer, like, no matter what size you are, if you're 300, 400, 500 pounds, you should always look at yourself every day. Strip your clothes down butt naked and look in the mirror every day at yourself and talk to yourself and tell yourself, is this what I want to do? Do I want to stay this big, or do I want to be healthy? You have to take all these things in consideration. And also, like, just because you're considered to be overweight doesn't mean you're not healthy. I mean, weight is a number. Because you can be overweight. For instance, my situation, I'm pre-diabetic. I have all these different ailments. I suffer depression. I suffer a lot of things, and a lot of these things play a lot of factor into why I cannot mentally lose weight. People never really talk about the real deal. Everybody's prancing around like, oh, plus size this. And by no means, I'm not shaming the plus size community or being fat, because I'm no one to judge that, because I'm in the same situation. But you have to be healthy. And health is important over being, oh, I'm fat. Yeah, you should be proud of what you are, but you should also say, you know what? I have to be healthy and fat. And in the community of being overweight, plus size, whatever, it's really hard shopping. it's becoming a little more easier, but fashion has evolved somewhat. I recall when I was younger, like, y'all, I had not that many options. I had to dress in like women's clothes because they didn't have my size until I started thinning out. That's when I started, to be able to dress better. But it was really, really hard for me to dress the type of style that I wanted to, portray. Like, I have a sense of style, so I always had a sense of style since I was young. I always was different, but, I was limited to options, and it's still like that to this day. A lot of things in the plus size is like a t-shirt. Their t-shirts are made straight and boxy. Like, every plus size woman or overweight woman or fat woman or whatever, they're not shaped like a box. Like, for instance, I don't have a lot of chest. A lot of plus size women, some women don't have, some women have big boobs, some have little. And every plus size woman is not shaped the same. Like, I could shop in a straight size and get a size large top or an extra large top. And, it depends on if I wanted to fit. If I wanted to fit, I have to go down like 2 or 3 sizes than with my bottom because of the type of shape I am. Very limited to a lot of things, and they kind of cut all the clothing kind of similar, which is kind of like, annoying. And then if you want to buy quality clothes, you have to pay a lot more money. Like, you're paying a lot more money. Not to say you shouldn't invest in your clothing, but if you don't have that type of money and you're on a budget, you can't always buy those type of expensive clothes. Also too, bullying. I got bullied a lot when I was younger, and instead of people dealing with the fact that they were bullying me, I always got pointed out as like I was the mean person or something like that, when actually I was being bullied a lot of times. And I had got to the point like I had enough, and I started putting my foot down. Bullying goes on really, really big, especially with people that are different. They're big. And it's sad because, I feel as though, like, you shouldn't judge a person on what they look like. You should judge them on who they are as a person. And really, you shouldn't judge people. It's not for you to judge. It's up to the higher being to judge you. But at the end of the day, like, you should really think about when you want to, you see a person and they're big, you shouldn't look at them, and because they already probably dealing with insecurities. They're probably already looking like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm just this or that. I personally think that, society really, really needs to take it in consideration how they approach people. You can't bully people because you don't know where their state of mind is. I think it's really wrong to put someone down because they look different than you or they're not skinny like you. And I personally, I need to talk about this because a lot of obese, plus size, fat women, fat men, mostly women, I would say, always want to talk about, oh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm this. They always want to criticize their weight and not be happy with the weight that they are and just embrace what they are in a moment. They always want to try to critique or alter something because society puts that pressure on you to look that way. And, when you look at yourself in the mirror, yeah, you're going to talk and say, yeah, I wish I was a little skinnier. Oh, I wish I didn't have this, or I wish I had that. I do it. I look at myself and I say, you know what? I wish I had bigger breasts. But I always wish that I had bigger chest. That's just always a vision that I always wanted. I wanted this since I was little, but it's just, that's something that I was born with, so I have to deal with. But when you go to your friends and say, I wish I had this, or I wish I was smaller, oh, I wish I was this. Well, if you really want to do something, if you really want that, you got to do the work. And a lot of people go to surgeries, and I'm not against surgeries, but I feel like just because you get surgery, that's not going to change the fact that you're insecure. You don't really like yourself. You don't really, look at yourself in that way. Like you're beautiful, or you're sexy, or you're this. Being plus size is an image, but dealing with the reality of what's inside of you is not going to change of what you look like on the outside. You can alter anything. You can fix. But if you're insecure, or you doubt yourself, or you don't like who you are, it's not going to change. Because you're going to gain that weight back, number one, if you go get surgery. Number two, you're going to still feel like crap. So, being overweight and being called fat is a plus to adding on to what you really feel. So sometimes you have to really self-reflect. I'm a big self-reflector. You have to self-reflect on yourself. You have to ask yourself questions. You have to talk to whoever you believe in. If you believe in God, whoever your spiritual being is, you need to really talk to that person. And you need positive influences around you to help you also build your confidence, build your self-esteem back to where you need to be. So you can, if you are in the fat phase, you need to say, you know what? I love who I am. Period. People, men, women, anybody, they always call women that are bigger or men like cute. Now, I'm the word cute is a big word with me. I do not like that word. I feel like when you're young, when you're a certain age, yeah, cute is an acceptable word to use. But when you call a grown woman, or a lot of people call big women cute, and I just can't, or you got a cute face. Is that all that woman has? She just got a cute face? Or no. Women are not cute. I'm just saying. That's an insult. Kids are cute, but grown-ups are not cute. Certain words that categorize in this, when you're bigger or fat or obese, you're called certain things that I feel like that's not. My motto is, if you don't have something really nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's just the bottom line, because you saying certain things to a person can really offend them, and you don't know how it can offend them. Like I said, it's all about the mental state of a person's mind. You just don't say certain things. But, at the end of the day, people going to say what they want to say, but you got to think about, not just how you feel in a situation. You got to think about how the other person on the other end is going to receive it and feel too. By no means I'm all for it. I love the plus size community. I actually like what the plus size community is doing in this today and age. Do I feel like it should evolve more? Yes. Do I feel like it's a lot of cattiness, especially with women? Yes. Do I feel like it's a competition? Yes. Do I feel like people are not really talking about the real issues in being heavy? They're like praising the image of, oh, she's plus size, she's beautiful, and she has curves, but they're not talking about, okay, she has curves and she's beautiful, is she healthy? I watch a lot of plus size bloggers, vloggers, on YouTube, Instagram, wherever social media outlet that I'm on. I see a lot, but not once. They always talk about, oh, they get blogger mail, or they're getting this, but they're not talking about their health, their state of mind, and their health. They're talking about, oh yeah, I'm just confident and I'm this, but nobody's talking about how, if they're healthy, are they taking care of themselves. So it's my big thing as a plus size woman is health, being healthy. That's very important to me. It should be important to a lot of other plus size people, not just women, but men too, because men are becoming known in the plus size world because they got excluded, in the world, because there's a lot of plus size men out here too. And the percentage is over 50% of the world being plus size. So we just need to deal with the reality. And my hope is really tough out here being an overweight person or being fat, because that's how people look at you as an image. They think you don't care about yourself because you got big or you didn't get big or whatever. If you're already big, they just look at it like, you're not acceptable to some extent. And I just wanted to say my piece and how I felt about it, because I went through it most of my life. I still go through it to this day. I like curves. I like who I am, but I want to be healthy. So I'm going to end on this note. If you're being called fat, or if you feel as though you're fat, or you look at yourself as fat, you should self-reflect on yourself and see if you really would like to change what you are, or if you want to deal with that, but make sure you're healthy. Health is always important. I mean, whatever you are, just embrace what you are, but always take care of yourself in the inside, not just your health, but your insecurities. If you're insecure, make sure you self-reflect, make sure you overcome those things, and don't self-doubt yourself. Just keep pushing and believe in yourself. I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys enjoy. Please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next hot topic. Bye. Mwah.